In the webinar titled From Pixel to Product, an overview of satellite remote sensing, Professor Christopher, who is faculty member in the Department of Atmospheric and Earth Science at the University of Alabama in Huntsville, discussed the significance of electromagnetic radiation from the sun. In satellite remote sensing, he emphasized that satellite remote sensing is an exciting field that primarily focuses on the visible near-infrared and thermal infrared part of the electromagnetic spectrum. The measurement of an object by a device that is not in physical contact, active remote sensing, involves the transmission and reception of radiation such as radar or LIDAR or CloudSat or Calypso. Passive remote sensing only receives radiation from a target of interest, MODIS, Sentinel, Landsat, and the majority of orbiting remote sensors are passive instrument multispectral, multi-angle, MESR, polarization. Professor Christopher shared in personal journey which began in India and led him to various places including Rapid City, South Dakota, where he experienced snow for the first time. He highlighted his research on aerosol optical depth and its implication for climate and air quality. Throughout the presentation, he introduced fundamental concepts such as atmospheric effect, radiation loss, and sensor characteristics, which the essential for understanding satellite remote sensing. The professor explained that the satellite measures radiance, which can be converted to reflectance or temperature using equations like Planck laws. He discussed the importance of spectral signature in identifying different features on Earth, such as healthy vegetation, water, and cloud. He also pointed out that clouds appear white due to their high reflectance in the visible spectrum. As he moved through the presentation, Professor Christopher highlighted the completion involved in satellite data interpretation, including the need for calibration and validation against ground-based instruments. He stressed that while high spatial resolution data is desirable, it is crucial to consider the trade-off between spatial spectra and radiometric resolution to avoid noisy data. In conclusion, he summarized that advantage made in Earth science through satellite remote sensing, noting that future sensors will continue to enhance our understanding of the Earth, atmosphere, and surface process. The webinar provides a comprehensive overview of how satellite data is collected, processed, and utilized in various applications, emphasizing the ongoing importance of this technology in environmental monitoring and research. This electromagnetic radiation shows us increases that wavelength and increase the energy in reserve direction, and it is the electromagnetic radiation from the sun that make the remote sensing of satellite really interesting electromagnetic spectrum. The basic unit of measurement, which is radiant and atmospheric effect. Atmospheric effect is noise for some people, and people study that atmosphere in other cases. And then Then I'm going to walk you through some of the laws of radiation. Then I'm going to give you some sensor characteristics: spatial resolution, spectral, temporal, radiometric resolution. We're going to talk a little bit about the signal to noise as well, and maybe in heart of satellite remote sensing, especially passive satellite remote sensing is spectral signature. We're going to talk about spectral signature in different parts of electromagnetic spectrum, and classification image are key. Whether you use simple technique, threshold techniques, or complex neural networks, or deep learning technique that separate image into one of many classes, this is the essence of satellite remote sensing. And then when we move from pixel to product, often radial algorithm for transfer are involved, and I'm going to talk about warning and the pitfalls involved when using product. There are so many products out there, and just need to be careful about how to use this product carefully. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the validation. The satellite faithfully goes in a circular orbit, and every day at equator it crosses at almost the same time. That's why it's called Cyrano's sun, and the reason is if the picture is the different times of the day, then the angle of the sun zenith will be different, and therefore the image can look very confusing. So the sun Cyrano's is not orbit standard for satellite orbiting the poles. You don't want to study water or soil or smoke, so you have to be able to separate cold if you interest in dust aerosol. You need the ability to remove this, and that's why we're going to talk about a little bit today as well. So there are a few things going on: the composition, atmosphere, aerosol, weather, climate, water and energy, carbon cycle, and the surface of the earth. This is what include on the earth atmospheric system. If you want, or that's how NASA classified it. So you know, it's very important to understand. Some of these feature in satellite imagery. On left here, this is a sub-Hawley geostationary image. So it's really fantastic. We have to geostationary satellite, and we can get down information under the globe. So many satellites are passive remote sensing sensor. It only receives radiation from the target of the interest. What does it mean? That electromagnetic radiation from the sun moves through the atmosphere regarding the surface of the earth. If it light up clearly and day, if you want, and satellite and this passive remote sensing. Sun's energy reflectance greater that form mirror in the heat energy that allows us to do radiation to transfer differently Thank you.